Oh baby, I love your madness. It's so incredibly beautiful. Oh.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a super exciting one because after having my knee operation, a lot of you asked so many amazing questions and I haven't really answered them all for you. So today's video is just me going to be answering your questions about my operation, giving you advice and tips if you are having an operation yourself. And yeah, it's just a very informative video. So I really hope you enjoy it. And if you do, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, comment down below and subscribe to my channel. We are currently, when I'm filming this, 2 off 500 subscribers, so I believe that we can get there. The time this is uploaded, we will probably be at 500, so yeah, that's really exciting. But I'm going to stop rambling now because this video is going to be very long because I've had literally so many questions. Also, just quickly want to mention, it is absolutely pouring it down outside, so the lighting might not be very good and you might be able to hear the rain, so I do apologise for that. But yeah, let's just get straight on into the video. So the first few questions are just going to be like general questions. I need that. So yeah, I've written literally all the questions down on this piece of paper. There you go. But I realised that I just quickly wrote them down and didn't really put them in an order, so I'm going to literally have to try and do them in a sensible order. So yeah, the first question I'm going to answer is, why did you have to have an operation? Okay, so this was like the main question that you all asked me, so I'm going to just explain that really quickly. So I needed an operation because I damaged my meniscus, which is, I'm pretty sure, like a C-shaped cartilage. I'm not actually too sure. The doctor did try to talk to me about it. When I was coming back from the anaesthetic, do you know what I mean? And I just didn't know a thing. I was pretty ill, so I couldn't really take in what he was saying. But you know, I'm presuming, because that's what he said before the operation it was, I think. So yeah, so I damaged my meniscus and I went to so many doctor's appointments and the doctors kept saying, oh, there's nothing wrong with it, and I knew there was something wrong with it. So I decided to go to the hospital, have a MRI scan, and it showed something coming up on the scan, so they decided to do an operation on it to try and figure out what exactly it was, and yeah, they've done it now, so that is pretty much why I had an operation. They said to not let it stop me from doing what I love. Like, I'm like obsessed with running, like long distance running. And they told me not to let my knee get in the way of it, but it was just getting too painful that I had to stop doing my running for a while, and I really miss it. Yeah, that's why I had an operation. The next question is, how did it happen and why did you need one? Okay, so that is kind of the one I've literally just answered. So I'm just going to answer the bit, how did it happen? So basically, it all happened like at the start of 2018, I want to say, a very long time ago, okay, and I have skied since I was 2, so I'm pretty confident with skiing. I do go down black runs, which, if you didn't know, is like the hardest run, and I'm quite a good skier, so, well, I want to say I'm quite good anyway. I've had skiing lessons since I was 2, so I should be quite good. But it was like I think, yeah, it was the winter of 2018 that it absolutely just snowed like crazy. Like, I'm looking out the window thinking there's snow, but there isn't. Yeah. But yeah, it snowed like absolute crazy, and we thought we would go skiing, okay? Not abroad, but in the fields near our house. Okay, we have our own skis, our own ski boots and all skiing equipment because we are skiing fanatics, my family. So I got my skis and everything, and just to let you know, these skis, usual skis, have like they like clip off really easy. You just like press the back of your ski with your boot, right, to take them off. And if you fall over when you're like abroad or something, you fall over and your ski flings off, right? Our skis are not like that. You have them obviously attached to your boot, like just like the normal ones, but then there's like a tag, I want to say, around it that you fasten together. You know those like cool little clippy ones that go ping? Do you know what? I'm rambling, but yeah, it was one of those, and you had to have that like fastened around your leg. So if you fell over, this ski was going to stay attached to your leg, right? It isn't going to ping off. And unfortunately, it was one of those times that I fell over skiing. I don't really know what happened. Me and my cousin were trying to do a race, and we're very competitive, and I mean, I did win. But yeah, I kind of fell over in the process, and this ski, obviously, when I fell over, didn't come off, so my whole entire leg was twisted round, and I was in so much pain, right? Like, I was screaming, I was crying, I was in so much pain, I couldn't move. So my dad ran over, he picked me up, and I couldn't get the ski boot off. I couldn't get it off, I couldn't move. So we went straight to A&E, and I told the people in A&E what I'd done, and they said, let's go for an x-ray. So I was like, at this point, my mum and dad were like, I could just see that they knew that I'd done something, and they thought that I'd broken my leg. Luckily, oh my God, I didn't. I so easily could have done, but I didn't. And then they came back with these x-ray results and said there was nothing wrong. But bearing in mind that it didn't actually x-ray my knee, I said my knee hurt and my ankle, right? And they said there was nothing wrong, and I knew there was something wrong. So anyway, it's already been 8 minutes, oops. Yeah, I stayed off for like a few days from school to try and learn to get back into my walking again, and it just didn't get better. And at this point, I actually had signed up for the ski trip, right, with school, and it was like 3 months later, I think, after this accident, and my mum and dad had paid all the money, and I was ready to go, to be honest, and there was no turning back. I had to go, and I was petrified to go on this trip because I hadn't skied since, and it really, really did just damage my confidence, like I can't even tell you, okay? And this entire trip I couldn't really ski, and it was embarrassing, to be fair, because I'm actually a really good skier, and I just couldn't ski, to be honest. Like, you're meant to ski forwards in your boots, right? But when I fell over, that's what I was doing, and it made me go too fast. And at that point, I was too scared to ski, and I was petrified, and without my mum and my dad there, my family, and I was just literally with school, and I just didn't want to risk hurting myself. So I tried to go slow down the slopes, and it just got worse. My legs were hurting, everything it wasn't making the trip enjoyable at all. But yeah, and it kept getting progressively worse and worse and worse, my knee. So I decided to go to the doctors, okay? And I went to this doctor 4 times, I want to say, 4 times, and told her this problem. And she just didn't really believe me. She kept just like pushing me aside. Oh, here's some tablets, take those. And it just didn't work. Nothing she suggested worked. And it got to the point where I had to bring my nana to come and say, book her in for the hospital, like, and get her an MRI scan, because this doctor didn't believe me. And I knew that there was something wrong with my knee, like I knew there was. And eventually we went for the MRI scan, showed something up at the place where I said it was hurting, so we decided to do the operation. Okay, so that is basically the whole entire story of how it happened. So the next question is, are you okay? Yes, I'm completely okay now. It's like 3 weeks later after my operation now. So yeah, I'm so much better. I'm really good at walking now. And yeah, I'm on the road for recovery. So it's great. The next question is, what operation did they do? So they did a keyhole surgery, in case you were wondering. So that's just where they make like small incisions, I think it's called, I don't know, in your leg. So I've got about 3 holes in my knee and they are recovering, so yeah. The next one is, were you under a local or general anaesthetic? Okay, so I was under a general anaesthetic, which means that my whole entire body was like numbed and put to sleep. So I couldn't feel an absolute thing, where a local anaesthetic is where you just have that part of the body numbed, but no, I was fully put to sleep. That is a really good question, by the way, whoever asked that, so thank you. The next question is, did you have to stay in hospital after? No, luckily I didn't. So I went in really early on the morning and my operation was last, actually. So I waited from like 7 o'clock in the morning till about 2 o'clock in the afternoon for my operation. And I had this cream on my hands, and my hands were just making me feel ill. I don't even know, it just was putting pressure on me, scaring me. The longer I had to wait, I just wanted to get it over and done with. But I reacted really badly to the anaesthetic, worse than most people, to be honest. I don't really know why, but it made me really, really sick, and they wouldn't actually let me go home. They kept saying, oh, you need to stay in overnight, and I didn't want to stay in overnight. I was too scared. I wanted just to be home with my family and recover. But yeah, I kind of lied to the people in the hospital. They asked me if I was all right to go home, and I said yeah. I hadn't even left the hospital. I'd literally just gone down in the lift to go back to the car to go home, and I was sick twice. So maybe that's a bit TMI for you all, but it's the truth. Like, I was not better at all. I said I was fine. I just wanted to go home, to be honest. Realistically, I shouldn't have lied, because they weren't allowed to let me go home until my feet warmed up. They kept checking how warm my feet were because they thought they'd cut off the circulation in my leg. So yeah, they wouldn't let me go home, but I had to lie in order to go home. So yeah, that's a bit of a funny story. Yeah, the next one is, what did you have to have done? Okay, so they basically just, so the meniscus was like feathery, I want to say. So it's like jagged, like, so imagine it's like around the outside. Do you get what I mean? It was like that. So they shaved that off to make it all smooth, and then they washed out my knee with water. So they put water in it and then sucked it all out to get all like the debris out. So yeah, that's what they did. Next question is, how long were you in for? So I was in for a day. Does the thing in your hand hurt now / going in? So I'm presuming when you say the thing in my hand, I'm presuming that you mean like the little tubey kind of thing that was in my hand. So to be honest, you don't know it's in there at all until you wake up. You don't know that, that's just what they used to put the medicines in your hand, by the way. But no, I never felt it at all. And it doesn't hurt now because I haven't got it in. It does bruise your hand for about a week, and it is a bit uncomfortable, especially when you're trying to wash your hands and stuff. But no, it's not a problem at all. But when they do take it out, you can feel it, but it just feels like a little injection prick. It's nothing bad, honestly, I promise. And I'm so scared of injections. So yeah, there you go. It's nothing bad, I promise. The next question is, how long did you have off school? So I had a week and a half off school, and yeah, I did all my schoolwork at home, keeping up with the lessons, and in some lessons I was actually ahead of the actual class who were studying at school just by doing it at home. So yeah, I kept on top of it, and yeah, I was off for a week and a half. The next question is, are you still in pain? No, I am not still in pain. I mean, it's 3 weeks later, and you can, my leg, when I move my knee, it still clicks and feels like, I don't know how to explain it, but you know those like baby dolls, and you like move their arms and you just hear it click, click, click. That's what my knee like feels like when you like move it. Can you see? Ooh, yeah, that's what it feels like, and the stitches are a little bit painful still. Yeah, but overall, it's not like the pain that it was in, like nowhere near as bad. So yeah. The next question is, when can you take your dressings off? So I have actually taken my dressings off already. Dressings are just like the big like bandagey plasters over your stitches and stuff, and I could take those off after 2 weeks, and obviously it's been 3 weeks, so I took them off a week ago. The next question is, how did people react about your operation before and after? So beforehand, I had the appointment and I was called in and I was like, oh my God, I'm just going to be told I need physio. This is when I was waiting for my MRI results, by the way. And I was like, I just know there's going to be physio. And he said, unfortunately, we are going to have an operation. And my face dropped, and it was just me and my dad in this hospital room, and I literally could have cried. I tried to hold in. I just didn't want to see this doctor see me cry, because I was really upset when he said that. Like, I didn't really know what to do, and my grandma was in the waiting room because she was taking me back to school and stuff. And I just remember telling her, and she was reassuring me, saying it's going to be all right and everything. But honestly, I was not happy about it at all, and yeah, I wasn't happy basically. And then my friends and my family reacted really nicely. They all are really supportive and everything, so yeah. And afterwards, people were generally really nice about it. They really did look after me and understand where I was like coming from and everything, because I was in a lot of pain. I couldn't walk. My friends were amazing. Unfortunately, there were people that took the mick out the way I walked when I was limping, because obviously it's a difficult thing to have your your kneecap cut open and then try to walk on it again, and people were taking the mick. One boy at school kicked it. Everyone from school is probably watching this. So yeah, I just slapped him in the face. Probably not the best idea, but I never got told off from it. I told my mum and my dad, they're not bothered. They said it's self-defense, so whatever. People thought it was quite funny, to be honest, but anyway, I hate that boy, so yeah. So yeah, that's basically what happened, and people tried to trip me up. That's another thing. People put their legs out to try and trip me up. Those people are just absolute idiots. They're like, they've got nothing better to do. They're just so immature and childish. So I don't need them in my life, and I really couldn't care less about them. So yeah, anyway, I'm going off on one now. The next question is, how did you feel after the anaesthetic? Oh my God, after the anaesthetic, I was ill. I was sick. That's the only way I can describe it, basically. The entire way home, sick. And when I got home, I went straight to bed and literally just drugged myself up on paracetamol and ibuprofen and slept for about 12 hours, I think I slept for. And then I got up and just sat on the sofa for the next day, and I was still feeling a bit ill. But yeah, the anaesthetic it's not nice. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you all and say that, oh, it's fine, because it's not pleasant. But yeah. Oh my God, this has been filming for 20 minutes and I'm still nowhere near done. God's sake. The next question is, does your hand hurt after having the injections in it? Yeah, like I said, it just bruises your hand and makes it a little bit painful, but it's nothing bad, honestly. It's completely fine. How were you so brave to have it done? Honestly, I don't know. To be honest, you've just got to think to yourself, if you're having an operation, if you've been told you're having an operation, you're thinking, I don't want to get it done, I'm too scared. Don't listen to your brain telling you that, right? You know that you've got to have this done in order to get better, okay? If this is what's being recommended to you, you've got to do it. There were so many times where I felt like, I can't do it, I need to pull out. But then I just thought to myself, no, because that's not going to solve anything. Why would I have gone through this, missing school and for appointments and everything? Why would I have gone through this to result in nothing? You've just got to be brave and you've got to do it. Just think about the result. Just think about the end of it and how much better you're going to feel. Just keep that in mind, okay? The next thing is, how long will it take for you to fully recover? So it takes around 8 weeks to fully recover. I'm currently on week 3 and it takes 8 weeks to fully recover. So yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there. It's all right. The next question is, do you at all regret having your operation? Not one bit. There was points at the start when I was in that much pain and I couldn't move my leg that I really did regret having it done, and I just thought to myself for the first week, I just cried on the sofa and I just thought, why did I do this? Why did I agree to this? But now, after having it done and starting to feel better again, I'm like, I'm really glad that I did get that done, because although it's a really tough time for the first 2 weeks or so, it does get better. And yeah, you don't start to feel any like results from it for like 8 weeks, but I can already feel that I'm stronger, like getting stronger and stuff. So yeah, I'm really happy. The next question is, do you have any advice or tips for anyone having an operation? Okay, so like I said, any tips? Tips and advice, just go for it. Just get it done. Be confident. If you need it done, just do it, okay? Don't follow your heart, right? Because your heart, it knows that you've got to get this done. It knows deep inside, somewhere in the pit of your stomach, you know you've got to do this. And your brain is trying. It's like being stuck in a maze. This is the only way I can describe it. So you're stuck in this maze. And what was that? Yeah, it's like being stuck in a maze, and your stomach knows that, I don't know, you need to get out of this maze, okay? You've got to get out of it, because otherwise you're just going to be stuck in it forever, and you've got to escape. I don't even know, that was literally the worst example ever. Sounded better in my head than it did out loud. But anyway, yeah, just be confident and try not to worry about it, because worrying about it just makes it so much worse, okay? Just go in there open-minded and just not fear it, just look forward to it. I know that sounds mental to look forward to an operation, but look forward to how you're going to feel afterwards, okay? That's really important. The next question is, did your throat hurt after having the breathing tube down it? Luckily it didn't. Like, lots of people's throats after the operation do actually really hurt from having the tube down it just to help you breathe. Luckily mine didn't, because I think that would have been a lot worse with a sore throat, sore leg, being sick. No, that is not ideal. But yeah, yeah, I'm fine and my throat's fine, so yeah, that's good. And the next question is, how are you finding your recovery process? I'm actually finding my recovery process very, very good. Like I said, people are people did take the mick, people are trying to trip me over, people are kicking my knee, but apart from that, I'm completely fine, to be honest. I'm not letting it stop me, my knee, to be honest. I mean, the other week, last week it was, I actually went to the fair, so I still went on all the upside down rides and stuff, so there is nothing stopping me. So yeah, I think, yeah, that is the end of like the actual questions. But actually, somebody commented on my YouTube video this question. So I'm going to answer all the questions on it. I'm on my brother's phone, by the way, because I had to screenshot it because I'm filming on mine. By the way, can we just appreciate that it's my birthday this time next week, Sunday next week. This is going up today at 5 PM and it's my birthday next Sunday and I'm going to be 16 and I'm so excited. Woo! Yeah. So anyway, this is what the message said on my YouTube video. Thanks so much for posting this, girl. Very informative. I'm actually getting surgery soon too. I'm wondering if you could explain more about what it was like to be put to sleep. This is the part that freaks me out. That was the part that really freaked me out too. So don't worry about it. Like, what does it feel like? How do they do it? What does it feel like when they put the stuff in? Like, do you get sleepy, or is it more like wide awake to instantly out? Could you have stayed awake if you would have tried, or is it impossible? Haha. Basically, whatever you remember about that part would be helpful. Thank you so much. Okay, so let me just go through it again. What does it feel like to be put to sleep? Okay, so basically, when they give you your injection, well, actually, to be fair, I can't really tell you much about the injection because I had that when I was asleep, so I didn't feel it. But you can choose just to get your injection straight away, or you can choose to have gas. Gas is not really a good option. They much prefer to use the injections, but because I'm so scared of injections, I don't know why. When I get them at school, I get really ill from them and I have to have days off school and I'm physically sick from them. So I just guess that I'm scared of it because I hate being sick. And no, it's not actually painful. I don't find them painful. It's just the after bit that I don't like. I can't remember what it's called. So yeah, apparently when you get your injection in, it's like just like a normal injection, like a prick in your vein, and it just travels up your arm and just makes you apparently feel really dozy. That's what I've heard. How do they do it? So obviously, yeah, they just pop the injection in through like a tube, I think, or do they put it straight in? I don't really, no, I'm not sure, because I got that done when I was asleep, obviously. But with gas, you obviously go from being wide awake and they put the gas on you, and it's at first you breathe it in and it doesn't smell very nice, and it just it's not very nice, but yeah, you get over it. So if you want to have gas, go for it, but I'm telling you now, the after what's it called, like just after you've had your gas is worse than having injections. Okay, that's the advice I'm generally going to give you. It just makes you more sick, but yeah, that's just that. And you get you start to just, it feels like, it's really hard to explain, but when you're having your gas, you're wide awake, and then it feels like your brain's just being numbed. That's technically what it is, to be honest. And you just start to get deeper and deeper, and it feels like you're do you know when you've had a dream and you're looking and you're falling through a black hole? Do you know what I mean? Has anyone ever had that dream? Because I have. But yeah, it feels like you're falling back through a black hole and you're just spinning around slowly, and you're trying to you can kind of see other people, and you're just trying to pull yourself up, and you can't fight it. And then eventually I just remember being really headachy, and then I was gone. I don't really remember it. Yeah, so it's wide awake pretty much to instantly out. Could you have stayed awake if you would have tried, or is it basically impossible? It is basically impossible. You cannot try to stay awake whatsoever. I didn't have to count, but that just made me, I don't even remember. I think they put the injection in my hand when I was is it dozy? I don't know. When I was falling into a sleep, okay? I think that's when they did it, but I'm not sure. My mum was there, but she's out at the minute, so I can't even ask her. So yeah, that is pretty much what they asked me. So I'm gonna round up that video there. This video is 30 minutes long at the minute. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to edit this down because it's gonna take me forever to upload. So yeah, I'm going to quickly end this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. Like I said, it would mean so much to me, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys!